It won't surprise you to hear they've met each other 21 times. Ronnie just edging the head-to-head 12-9.
25, so Ronnie will throw first in the match. First leg, Ronnie to throw first, game on.
So Ronnie Baxter from Blackpool has won the bullseye to throw first in this third round encounter. First to 6 legs, remember. And he kicks off with a 180. Couldn't do any more than that, Ronnie.
Well, we used the phrase set your stall out, and I think Ronnie Baxter's done exactly that. But when you hit a 180, you always got to follow it up with at least a ton. A bad score, just as we say, cuts it in half and just brings it down to nearly level tons,
40.
Which is exactly what he's done. So a 140 here from Smith puts him right back in the leg.
Ronnie reached the third round here last year, beaten by Michael Van Gerwen.
100.
And we saw him have a good run at one of the earlier European Tour events at the starts of the year in Hildesheim, Germany, when he went all the way to the semi-finals before losing to Gary Anderson, who went on to win that tournament. Yes, we had 3 different winners so far on this European Tour. Gary Anderson winning the first, Michael Van Gerwen winning the second on home soil, the Dutch Masters in Veldhoven, and then Phil Taylor winning last time out in Berlin.
44.
Phil Taylor against Simon Whitlock. That's our next third round match. Arguably the tie of the round, I think. Taylor against Whitlock.
Absolutely. Yeah, 2 class players. We talked about Phil Taylor. I mean, when he won that German Masters, you know, he played absolutely brilliant all the way through, and you just thought that Phil Taylor was back. But he's had another little bit of a dip in form. It's ironic. Well, he's set it up pretty well there. But he kicked this leg off with a 180, and he's thrown 15 darts, and he's not had a dart on a double. So Smith in with a chance of this 101. And he's going to get a dart at it as well. For double 16.
85.
Just inside.
Ronnie, you require 40.
So tops for Baxter.
Game shot on the first leg. Ronnie Baxter.
With the throw.
Second leg is handed to throw first. Game on. $140.
Well, this game's not played at a slow pace, but
49.
both players are not rushed.
Both these guys came here through the UK qualifying event.
100. $140.
Well, a good solid leg from Andy Smith. 9 darts thrown. He's on a 3-dart checkout.
134. And you require
Mr. Double.
121.
Double 16 in the first leg to break the throw. Well, he doesn't have to go the bullseye route, so we go 25, and that leaves double 18.
85.
Well, he missed on the right side, so he done it with the 19s, not with the first, the 9s, not with the first dart anyway.
No, and Ronnie still back on
84.
218.
And you require 36.
I'm not able to put a great deal of pressure on this shot, so double 18 then. Well, he has come inside, so he's going to split that for double 8.
Team shot on the second leg. Andy Smith. Third leg is Ronnie to throw first. Game on.
Rather than risking that dreaded double 9. And that paid off. for Andy.
That's unlucky. That was in the corner of the treble 20, but as it's just coming in, it's hit the flight and taken all the speed off the dart, so it weren't hard enough to get in the board and stay in.
100.
Andy Smith, one of those players who's always been there or thereabouts for some good few years.
40.
He reached a semi-final and 2 quarter-finals on the Pro Tour events in 2013.
125.
Hasn't put any performances really of note so far in 2014, the Pie Man.
That keeps him in the leg with that 140, but now Ronnie Baxter may get 9 darts from 238.
58.
Our Pie Man's previous 3 darts was a 140. He needs another one of those to give him an outside chance.
100.
So he is down to a finish.
100.
And so too is Baxter.
41.
So Ronnie Baxter will be back for 80.
41. Ronnie, you require 80.
Well, may only get 1 dart at the double top. 1 dart at double top it's going to be. Is he going to let Smith come back to the board? Yes,
60.
he is now. Another chance for Smith.
100.
Missed 101 to break the throw of Baxter in the first leg. Now the straight ton. The first dart, if it misses the treble 20, we'll probably look at 2 doubles. Oh, it's plumbing the treble 20. 2 darts to break the throw of Ronnie Baxter in this third leg, and he only needs one of them.
Andy Smith. 4th leg is Andy to throw first. Game on.
And as I said earlier on, in Baxter's previous 2 games, he kind of played like this in the early part of the match, and his opponent's gone in front of him. Then all of a sudden, from about leg 8 and 9, he really got going and went on to win.
60. 100.
Yes, the Welshman Mark Webster was Ronnie Baxter's first round opponent. And he then knocked out the number 15 seed Andy Hamilton yesterday, as the Pie Man notches up his first 180 of the match.
83.
Well, that's what the Pie Man's got to do. He's broke the throw and now put a good strong leg in. The worst thing is when you break the throw of your opponent and then you play a terrible leg and just give it back to him. Don't use any more than 15 darts.
45.
And then you've got control of the game.
$92. 55.
And for someone like Ronnie Baxter, 5-time major finalist, I think I've used the phrase before, always seems to be the bridesmaid, never the bride. It is a shame for somebody who's been around on the scene, who we know can produce the goods, that he never has lifted that major title as yet in his career.
No, he's always been a very tough player to beat. You're not going to play bad and beat him. Well, Smith wants the bullseye to hang on to the throw. Oh, that was just slow. So he's given Ronnie Baxter a chance.
Double top. 4-2-2 then.
Ronnie Baxter.
Yes, going back to Ronnie Baxter, you know, I think it's obvious that his best chances have gone, you know, the way the game is. And, you know, there's a lot of players that never won majors that have been great players. Terry Jenkins is one of them. You know, he's just come up against players that were better on the day. I mean, obviously with Terry Jenkins, it's been Phil Taylor a lot of the time. But Baxter's has been over a lot longer period. Obviously with the BDO, he lost in the final there. He's lost in a few finals over on the PDC. And sometimes it is in your head. You know, you may be a hardened player on the floor or on tournaments like this, but as soon as you get to the nitty-gritty of a final, you know, some players never get over that line.
And the longer it goes on, sometimes getting that monkey off your back can just be increasingly difficult. That goes for any sport.
England in the World Cup comes to mind.
Yes.
85.
The less said about that, I think, the better.
The ironic thing is, I bet we go and beat Costa Rica now.
Yeah, it's Tuesday, that match.
125. And you require
sets
155.
The shot up really well, Ronnie Baxter. Smith has missed the 161. He's had 100. He's missed 101. And that is just on the wrong side of the 57. That's 81 scored, 74 left. Go over those 14s.
95. Ronnie, you require 56.
To regain the lead then, double top again. That's a good marker for Baxter, but
16. And you require 60.
Smith will come back then to win this fifth leg against the throw.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
Well, it was set up nicely there. The first two darts either side, and the target in the middle. No messing from Andy Smith. And now maybe he has a chance to step up a gear. And
well, that celebration of hitting that double is a little bit like Rodriguez's, wasn't it? I don't think Andy Smith will be running around the stage too much. But again, when he broke Baxter's throw before, he kicked off with a 180. He's kicked off with a 140. He's got to follow it up. You know, we say it so often, hold your throw strong now. That gets you control of the game. And there we have it. 3-2 up, 15, 17, 15. Tidy darts from the Pie Man. He's on a 95 average.
23.
Well, that's a poor visit, which Ronnie will look to capitalise on, but could do with finding a treble here.
40.
He doesn't do so.
Well, these long days, Mike, you know, the 3 long days here for these guys. And you look around, let's be honest, we look around and we look at the people that may be the fit of the bunch, that may keep the concentration. But it ain't always being fit to run a marathon. It's endurance. And as big as Andy Smith is, he can stand up there and play darts all day. It doesn't affect him.
85.
Yes, a lovely sunny warm day outside in Salzburg today.
100.
It's a fantastic venue. And good to see so many people have made their way in here out of the sunshine. I particularly feel for those dressed up in the costumes as they made their way to the venue while we were outside waiting to get in. People dressed up as all sorts of furry animals. You think they probably need to pace themselves with some endurance to deal with the heat.
And that's one thing, you know, Sky Sports has brought to the world. It doesn't matter where we go in the world, you know, those costumes are always there. It's part of the game now. And again, Andy Smith, he wanted 100, did it in 2 darts previously, and he's done it again. Clinical finishing from Andy Smith, and now he's got that 2-leg advantage, and we are streaming into your favourite bookmaker, and this is where Baxter has been his previous 2 games, and he's pulled it out of the bag. So if you're a Baxter fan, you might fancy a little bit of a flutter on him.
28.
So the quarterfinals get underway tonight at 7 o'clock local time, 6 o'clock in the UK.
58.
And the first of those will be Vincent van der Voort up against John Part. Then Mensur Suljovic against the winner of this one. And then it'll be the winner of the matches between Phil Taylor and Simon Whitlock, and Stephen Bunting against Jamie Caven. And the 4th quarter-final, Peter Wright or Steve Beaton up against Dean Winstanley or Wes Newton.
96.
And Peter Wright played brilliantly last night, didn't he? I mean, he's taken on a young man that's thrown 114. And we've said it so many times in the Premier League. I know we didn't make that top 4, but he's got bottled. He is a fighter and a grinder. And he's settled on the darts now. Settled on the clothing. An extremely good player.
Yes, he got off to an absolute flyer on his Premier League debut, didn't he, this year?
He probably looks at that, Mike, and thinks, how did I not make the top 4? He didn't do anything wrong, really, did he?
He was in the top 4 right until
139. Ronnie Baxter, 148.
the last knockings, really. But this is a big ask for Baxter, but he could really do with it. So we'll just look to leave himself a decent finish with Smith.
96.
Still back on 196.
Well, that was sensible thinking from Ronnie Baxter there, because he's looking at the 20 and thinking, it's covered up there. I could hit the flight and go anywhere. Could hit the treble 20, as Andy Smith has done to leave 8 and leave a bad double. So now he's got the first dart just to get the rhythm. And now perhaps the double top, or the double 10. Oh, and he's let Andy Smith off. A chance for another breaker throw for Smith. 3 clear darts at double 8.
Ronnie can't believe how he missed that. But up steps Andy Smith, and now goes to within 1 leg of a place in the quarterfinals here of the Austrian Darts Open. He's playing very well, is Andy Smith, this weekend. And he's starting off this 8th leg
135.
with a good 135.
Well, there we have the stats. The last 3 legs Andy Smith has rolled off. 3 above 15s,
100.
which, you know, legs 6 and 7, if Baxter looks at that, he thinks, you know, at this stage of a competition, I've got to win minimum 1 of those legs. I mean, he's had 2 darts of double in the previous leg, and that really has put him in a precarious position. And perhaps we were talking earlier on about, you know, he's not won a major. Now, with Van Gerwen not being here, with Taylor not playing really at the top of his game, there's a chance here for someone like Baxter to notch up a good tournament.
97.
Yeah, Phil Taylor against Simon Whitlock. Up next, Taylor beating Alex Roy.
Of course, that
round 2 yesterday.
That helps. Sorry, Mike. That helps as well, where you've got Whitlock playing Taylor, so one top player is going out there without any of these having to worry about them. But Smith sets it up perfect. 12 darts thrown, leaves 42 on a leg that he threw first, and he wants for the match. A good, solid leg to close the match out, and a quarter-final place against Mensur Suljovic. There's the 10. 2 darts at the 16.
Ronnie, you require 124.
And Ronnie really needs to pull this big outshot out of the bag, you feel. 104 left. 54 would have left the bullseye.
56. And you require 16.
So double 8 then for the birthday boy. What can he celebrate by booking his place in the quarterfinals here? Just outside. Can he sneak it in there?
8 score.
He's hit the single.
Ronnie, you require 68.
5 darts missed to win the match for Andy Smith. Now Baxter, is he going to get 2 or 1 dart? He's going to get 1 dart. That dart being at double 16.
36. And you require 8.
Well, isn't able to capitalise on that, and now Andy Smith is back for double 4 and the match. And Andy Smith then through to tonight's second quarter final against Mensur Suljovic. Coming up next on stage, the tie of the third round. Phil the Power Taylor up against the Wizards, Simon Whitlock.
Von Mensur Suljovic.